What's up, everyone, and welcome to a shorter version of Pop Off the Clock. We'll explain. I'm Brenda.
Yeah. And I'm Yoseline. Yes, as Brenda just mentioned. We're doing it a little different this week just because last week we didn't give you guys an episode and we had kind of warned you guys that, subject to change or scheduling recordings because where we work, we're moving buildings and we're rehearsing in a completely new studio, so that means we have to be at rehearsals, and sometimes those rehearsals are scheduled at our
recording times. So we are just gonna cut everything in pieces so that way it's like bite size, you all can enjoy it, and also we don't have to do a full show.
We're just kind of sneaking in segments in between our days.
And one of those obviously is our recaps of the Golden and Bachelor in Paradise nights. Those happen on Thursdays, so we're just getting this to you sooner than Friday.
We'll just recap kind of where we left off.
This is week 5 of Golden Bachelor and BIP. So already Golden Bachelor, it's almost to the end, which I was really surprised at how fast they got to that point. This was the episode before Hometowns, which typically isn't the case. Hometowns is usually 4 contestants. They minimized his to 3 for Hometowns, which I thought was really interesting. But even going into the episode, I forgot how small the group already was. It was 6 people.
It was 6 people, and I was really surprised by how I feel like it's really obvious who he has a connection. Well, I guess not, because my girl went home.
I was extremely shocked. So we went into the episode. He had one individual date, and that was going to be with Faith. Faith was his night 1 first impression rose. So she had been kind of saying in her interviews how it's been a while since they've had any one-on-one time together. I honestly thought the connection was dying out by that point, which I believe he said he was really questioning whether going into it, how that connection was going to fare.
But I always thought he had a more genuine connection with Faith than he did with Leslie.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Leslie's so fun and
he's really going for the fun young girls, I noticed.
Yes, and I was just like, even though they're all relatively the same age, it's like the energy they give off where I'm like, I thought Leslie wasn't going to make it this far.
No, neither did I. I thought she would at least go home in this episode for week 5, but it was actually a big surprise. So yeah, he had that date with Faith. They went, they went on a yacht. Apparently all these women's fantasies. It was a helicopter ride onto a yacht, which...
It's like classic Bachelor season 1.
Classic Bachelor. And as they were talking on the yacht, honestly, this episode wasn't the most interesting. It wasn't until the end that it actually got good.
We thought where kind of his feelings were aligning, and
his reaction to he was like, oh, I'm super into Faith now, and I'm like, where did this come from? It was just kind of out of the blue, I feel like.
So this was Nancy, right? And then Ellen went home in this one.
Yeah, let me pull up the cast list.
Her name right?
Okay, you got Nancy. Nancy was sent home.
So
Sandra, no. It was Susan, Sandra, and
Ellen.
That went
so
home.
I was at work, and I'm like, Susan. I'm like, Susan, I loved her. I knew there wasn't that much of a deep connection on his part.
But she is a woman that I absolutely love.
I would love her for The Bachelorette.
Yeah, she's such a girl's girl, and she was everyone's friend, which I absolutely love. She had one of the best personalities for sure.
I did. So when she got sent home, I was just like, oh, I liked her. That's so sad.
Same.
But new.
He sent home some great women.
Yeah. I wonder if they're looking into doing the Golden Bachelorette.
They should, because they have good, those 3 women that they sent home, those were really great. They could carry a story. Susan could carry a story. Sandra, I guess it wasn't worth missing her daughter's wedding over it.
That's a red flag.
If her daughter would have waited just one more week, she could have been in attendance. Because it was the week prior that
I don't get that.
Yeah, so he ends up picking as his hometown final 3. It's Teresa, it is Leslie, and Faith, which I was like, where did your connection all of a sudden to these women come from?
And they're so different.
They are.
All, like, Teresa's out there.
Yeah,
she's
she
like,
is.
But she's like not malicious. She's just very like, I need to be taken care of.
Yeah.
Faith is like, I'm a partner. And Leslie's like, we're free.
Yeah,
like,
we're having a good time.
Yeah.
So the Ellen one was the one that was obviously the hardest one.
No, like I'm heartbroken.
For everybody. Was that your final list?
That was my pick.
Yeah.
Mine was Teresa and Ellen, and I preferred Ellen over Teresa.
I loved Ellen. Ellen and him were, I felt like two peas in a pod.
Like,
and
they gave off the same vibe. Like,
exactly.
They were in the same place in life. Even though I know it's like hard to explain, but it's like, yes, they're older and he's a little more active, but I feel like their speed in life.
I feel like she's just as active as him, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
during the pickleball thing, she was all into it. And I know in the promos, there was that emotional moment where we did see Ellen crying and, like, but I haven't seen that air. So I'm curious if it's kind of like similar to Aaron B with Charity. Like, she comes back and is like, I want to see if you give me another chance type thing. And then he sends her home again. Or I don't know how that's going to work out because we never actually saw that. But the way that they've been editing, like, all of these, like, previews, it's kind of hasn't been panning out the way it's supposed to. Really. So maybe that is his final three. Now that we know that, they're going to go. How do you feel about hometowns? It's going to be interesting because
it's awkward with the kids.
They're kids. Yeah. It's so strange.
It's going to be awkward because you also, like, the whole point of, like, hometowns is for your family to interrogate your person. Mm-hmm. But, like, this is older. Like, you respect her.
I know, right? Exactly. Like, your kids are going to tell you what to do, really. So that's what we're going to get into. And then I'm curious how... Then I guess it's just going to be two people for the overnights then, which I guess makes sense. Maybe, I don't know if it was ABC's decision to minimize the amount of people that go into an overnight.
Or he probably just knew.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm worried about is I keep saying that, like, my top, out of these three, my top are Faith and Teresa. However, Leslie's the one he says, I'm falling in love with you.
I don't remember hearing that.
It's going to be like a preview in the next one.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That's so... Like,
which I'm just like...
Just the vibe. I don't feel it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it.
Like, Leslie gives us the vibe of, like, a cougar dating... Like, she dates younger.
Yeah.
Because she is so... Like, she does not look
her age. She has young energy.
Young energy. Hippie energy.
Exactly.
Like, let's go to it.
Like, she's going to be keeping him on his toes. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, is that what he wants then?
See, that's another... Yeah, I don't know.
It seems like... You know how he compared Susan to his wife? Mm-hmm. I feel like he's going for the opposite of, like, maybe what he's comfortable with and going with a risk.
See, that's another thing. He did say that, which I thought was a little weird, that he did do that because it's like...
I think he called her that in an endearing way.
It is.
And I thought immediately she was friend-zoned after he said that.
I thought it was a little weird to say that to someone, but also, like, it makes sense. Like, if someone reminds you of that, it is a compliment because it's like, it's like if someone says, like, you remind me a lot of, like, someone you're dating. You remind me a lot of my mom. It's like, that's a compliment, but it's like
also kind of like, you
know? So I think it's a little iffy. And then he sends her home. Yeah. He's just like, wait, what? Like,
wait, what? No, I really do hope that either Ellen or Susan become the Bachelorette. Golden Bachelorette.
Yes.
Because I feel like Ellen would be so much fun to be around and Susan would just be so wise.
And I think she got a really good, like, edit. Ellen did.
She
like,
did.
The whole story about...
And he walked her out and, like, explained his decision, kind of. And that's what the clip that you saw.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the Golden Bachelor. So we will see this week, Thursday, how it turns out. Now let's get into our Bachelor in Paradise. We went into this episode starting off with the rose ceremony for the women were giving out the roses. Obviously, there was a whole bunch of women on the beach. No, there's a whole bunch of guys on the beach and not as much women.
Because in the previous one, it's the one where they're all freaking out. They break they broke the box in the one prior to it, which pissed me off. Like, what is this man doing? Like, it even kind of pissed off Wells.
Yeah,
Wells was kind of like, well, you broke it, you read him.
Yeah.
And I thought, what's his name?
Aaron S.
It's just like, why are you so bothered by
He totally
Kat?
should have just gone home after Sam left, because there was really nothing there for him on the beach anymore.
And he was just like on Kat's like booty about what she like. Braden's over there making out with Rachel. Like,
yeah, he doesn't really care. Yeah, everybody moves on quickly in paradise. Like, that's just how it is.
It's a little triggering how much it bothered him. It's like,
well, he went home because he did not have anybody. And then we did get an additional woman come to the beach prior to the rose ceremony. It was a contestant on Bachelor in Paradise Canada. Her name is Sam too. So she came in.
Who'd she end up picking?
She ended up picking Peter, Pilot Peter. Oh. The B- Pilot Peter. And she had that super famous line, the frontal cortex. She was telling Sean. Sean was the one that was like, I want someone to show Sean wanted to stay on the beach, so he was trying to get with her. She was like, no, you're a child. I'm like 34 years old. Like, your frontal cortex hasn't even like combined yet or whatever, which makes sense. But so we now go into a new day where it is Kat's birthday, which is always a recipe for disaster in this show, because it should not be your birthday. They sent down a girl. They sent down a new girl.
She's gorgeous.
Davia. She was on Zach's season. She's gorgeous. Everyone said nothing but amazing things about her. She pulls Tanner. And Tanner was 1,000% on board for that date.
On her birthday.
Yeah, on her birthday. And they had an incredible date. It looked like they were dancing. I think they did the Dirty Dancing.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
And of course, Kat was Hurricane Kat on the beach, freaking out. But I think she did eventually move on in the end. And she was like, whatever, he doesn't want to be with me.
Yeah, I do like that, sense that she has, where she's like,
and Braden and Rachel, an unexpected couple that is I actually think they're cute.
I don't know. Rachel's
just not giving Bachelorette energy.
Like, yeah.
She's just another contestant on the beach.
And not even like a good, Kylie's more popular than she,
she's not very popular on the beach.
And Kylie is set over there with her man.
Yeah.
Who else?
Olivia is still with, what's his name? She ended up picking John Henry. And then there was that end of the night kind of scene. I think
John Henry's so cute.
He's really cute.
So cute.
Him and Mercedes made out on the beach because you know how they end up hanging out on the daybed. What's his name? What is his name?
Tyler?
The one who's with
John?
The
new
Blake. One? So Blake realizes that Jess isn't as much into him as he originally thought. So I think that's kind of like a cliffhanger because...
Who is Jess into though?
She said she was into Tyler.
Oh yeah, she did.
She said that she hadn't been giving herself chances because she was letting her friends kind of pick and all that stuff.
It was Tanner, Tyler, and Blake who she was
really into, and then she ended up with Blake. So I think Blake was kind of butthurt. Women are going to start coming into the beach again because it's the men's time with the rose. So that is where we're going to be left off of for.
And I'm actually pretty happy with there's some drama, there's movements. It's not like they're all just being sloths on the beach.
No, yeah, there's actually a little bit more. It's a good cast, and there's more to do. Like I said, they're starting to incorporate these new elements, which is moving the storyline along.
Absolutely, yeah. Which we love to see.
Yeah, but yeah, that's our recap, y'all. It's short and sweet, but I mean, that's how these shows are.
It's just. You guys, we're just trying to give out content out there and not leave you guys hanging.
we want you all to enjoy with us. But yes, we're gonna be releasing a special on 1989 and
celebrity Halloween outfits,
and of course we have our book as well. So we will be giving that to you as soon as we can.
You'll have plenty to listen this week.
Exactly. All right, guys. Well, we will see you back here pretty soon.
Yeah. Bye.